Type S makes a lot of really cool stuff, and I own a lot of it. I have their underglow on my Skyline, I have the interior kit in my Skyline, I have the truck kit in my van, and also have a dash cam that I use in the Skyline occasionally.
They also make a portable jump starter that I take everywhere.
But on today's video, we're going to talk about one of my favorite items that Type S makes, and that is the Blizzard Box. A Blizzard Box is basically a portable refrigerator slash cooler. They're a bit expensive, but they're worth it. And on today's video, I'm going to tell you why.
The Type S Blizzard Box comes in a variety of sizes. You can get a 13 quart, a 22 quart, a 41 quart, which we'll be focusing on today, a 56 quart, or a 99 quart. My Blizzard Box is the 41 quart. It's the classic design. It's the one that they originally made. You can put up to 54 cans inside of this thing. It has USB charging, versatile doors, has an included light, and it's pretty much the perfect size for a road trip with a couple friends. You can also get various accessories such as sliders and also a cover if you want even more insulation with your Blizzard Box. And you can also buy replaceable power supplies in case something happens, like a bear eats your adapter or something.
This weekend, we're going to start a road trip across the country, and I really want some cold beverages. I like Monsters and Diet Ginger Ale and the occasional Miller Lite. So we're going to film this video in a couple different segments in a couple different places, but let's do a quick unboxing in my basement. When you get a Blizzard Box, it comes in a big box, like really big. It's a pretty big box. To open the Blizzard Box, all you're gonna do is squeeze these handles. You can open it like that, or if you just wanna have a hinged lid, you can just pull one handle up and it has hinges. Inside this box is probably gonna be our accessories. You can see that we have a 120 volt power supply, some paperwork, and also our 12 volt power supply. One thing I was concerned about with this trip was that we were going to have to buy a 12 volt extension cord, but this actually looks pretty long. According to my arm span, this is about a span and a half, so it's about 10 feet, I guess, which is pretty long. This should be long enough to reach the power in a smaller sport utility vehicle. One thing I do like about the instruction booklet is that it does give you temperature ratings for different items. For light beer, it's going to say 41 degrees, but we want our beer a little bit colder than that. For craft beer, a little bit warmer. For beer with rich flavor, you want to keep that at like 53 degrees. That's way too warm for me. Some British guys and maybe the Australians might like it a little bit warmer. Soda slash pop, depending on where you live in this country, it's going to be 40 degrees. Fruits and veggies, you're gonna be pretty cold on those. Meat and fish, dairy, and eggs. We're pretty much gonna have just beer and energy drinks inside this thing and maybe some food, so this is really gonna be awesome for that. Your power port's gonna be in the back. This is gonna be for the 120 or the 12 volt, but we're using 120 right now. So you can see that we got power. It's really nice that they integrated the USB power source in the back too, because a lot of times you're tailgating in the back of a vehicle and you need to charge your phone, so that's handy. We're gonna turn it on. Let's see where it's 69. Nice. Makes a little bit of noise, but it's not like distracting or anything. You can go ahead and hit set. We're gonna set this to, I don't know, let's set it to 30 degrees. You can do Fahrenheit or Celsius. We're gonna keep it in Fahrenheit because I'm American and I don't know how to convert things. It even has a light inside. That's awesome. One quick thing to note is that it does say no ice or liquids, so you might not want to throw ice inside of this thing. If you do, maybe throw like frozen bottles. It also has some operating instructions inside the lid and also a suffocation warning. Don't put your baby inside of the Blizzard Box, please.
With the temperature adjustment, you can take this down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit, which is probably colder than you would ever need. There's also a voltage protection with a low, medium, or high setting. With the big red switch on the left here, it is a voltage override. So if you have some meats that you really don't want to spoil, you can make it where it'll basically override the voltage protection and keep the Blizzard Box running no matter what.
Not sure why I didn't unbox this earlier and put this in my office, because then I could have had cold beers nonstop. Damn it. What was I thinking? Let's unplug it and go on an epic road trip.
So for this road trip, we wound up renting a vehicle because my van is broke and the Mustang and the Skyline are not very road trip friendly. So we wound up getting this really nice Toyota Tacoma from a local rental place. It's an extended cab and the Blizzard Box wound up fitting perfect in the rear. Another thing to note is that our road trip vehicle had a 12 volt power supply that would turn off when the ignition is off. The Blizzard Box will stop running because you no longer have 12 volts going to the outlet, but it will keep the temperature setting in memory. So when you turn the vehicle back on, it'll automatically start up and go back to that set temperature. With it auto starting, it's a really nice feature because sometimes you forget when you're stopping every couple 100 miles for gas. You could just turn the car on and not have to worry about setting your temperature and everything all over again.
It's got 110,526 miles. Go for a cold beer right now. Oh, it's so nice and cold. Thank you, Blizzard Box. I just want to have a beer by the lake. We can do it because we have the Blizzard Box. Zion's pretty cool, but not as cool as a Blizzard Box. St. George, Utah, and we got nice cold beverages. We're in Vegas, and instead of paying $10 for a beer, I can just reach into my Blizzard Box, grab a nice ice cold Miller Lite. I'm really low on Monsters. We really gotta get some. Goodbye, Ontario, California.
Can you put this in the Blizzard Box?
All the geese drank all the water, making a nice monster. Nice ice cold monster at Goose Lake. Ooh, watermelon. Watermelon monster. Just got to the cabin and I want a nice ice cold ginger ale. So cold and refreshing. Ginger ale for the road. It's been about 12 hours since we got home, and all this is still cold, even though the truck's been off, which means the Blizzard Box was off. But we got to clean out the truck so we can take it back to Enterprise tomorrow. So it's time to take the Blizzard Box out. And I might actually use this as a mini fridge because it's so convenient. This thing was really helpful on the road trip. I don't know how I did the other road trips without this because it was so nice just to open this up and have a nice cold Monster or water or ginger ale or whatever. Especially if we were doing a road trip in summertime. This is a necessity. And I'm probably going to take this to my next drift day because it's so nice. As soon as I could fix this stupid van. But anyway, let's clean out the truck and I'll give you my closing thoughts on this. So I'm back home from the road trip and I am super tired still. It's been like 2.5 weeks since I shaved, but the Blizzard Box was awesome. It came in handy through a lot of different situations, especially on the long stretches of highway where there's nothing. It definitely came in handy for Monster energy drinks when I was ready to fall asleep behind the wheel also. So if you want to pick one of these up, you can find it on Type S's website. There's going to be a link in the description below. We're going to have some more road trip stuff coming up very soon. I recorded a lot on that trip, a lot of stuff from Formula D and some of the parks that we stopped at. So if you want to check those out, please consider subscribing and maybe consider hitting the like button on this video if you did enjoy it or if you learned something. I'd appreciate that. But yeah, if you don't want to, that's fine too. Just be sure to have a fantastic day and I will see you soon.